Okay, thank you very much, Hiruni. I will try to finish this in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so is there a success story in Sri Lanka? Yes, we have during the past decade managed to reduce male smoking prevalence rate by 14%. And this is the Global Youth Tobacco Surveillance Surveys report. So as you see, all forms of tobacco use among youth has reduced during the past decade, and they remain very low compared to other figures that were presented in the region. So current measures, the NATA Act, the main regulatory framework, prohibits sale to and by persons under 21 years of age, vending machines, sale without health warning, advertisements and sponsorships, free distribution, and smoking in public places. However, we do have on-site promotion, we do have surrogate advertising targeting kids, we do have sponsorships even targeting youth like university students as seen in this picture. We have plethora of promotions using mass media as well as social media. This is the government media channel promoting tobacco directly. And this is our Tobacco and Mass Hotspots weekly report, showing you the number of reports we have received during the past week on social media promotions on cigarettes and other tobacco products. So we have lots of gaps. And 80% pictorial health warnings were implemented in 2015. However, the standardized packaging, which was approved in 2018 April, 2 years ago, is still in the pipeline and not being implemented. And we still sell single stick of cigarettes. We have banned smokeless tobacco products. We have banned flavored, colored, or sweetened cigarettes. We have banned electronic cigarettes containing tobacco. However, again, there's issues in implementation, as we have observed that the whole range of retailers from rural retail shops to online stores sell these products. In 2016, we had a major tax increase and we became the country with the most expensive cigarettes in the region. However, they remain affordable compared to the date we initiated tobacco tax 40 years ago. So we still have room to improve in tax. If you analyze the current measures in Sri Lanka related to tobacco control, anyone may get this picture. We have strong policy measures. We have been countering industry way before the policy measures were implemented. And both of these are driven by strong, empowered communities mobilized by civil society organizations and individuals and groups interested in public health. As a case study, I would like to take the TAPS ban. This was in 1998. This is from a tobacco industry watch piece from BMJ Tobacco Control. This was Sri Lanka. You see how big the problem was. And in 1997, the Presidential Task Force on Alcohol, Tobacco, and Illicit Drug was established, and they formed a bill. The tobacco industry constantly interfered, and 2 years after, when the bill was approved by the cabinet and ready to be submitted to the parliament, they got involved with the head of the state and prevented it being done. So it took about a decade for us to implement the TAPS ban. Ironically, in the form of NATA Act in 2006. Ironically, the government in 1999 asked public to support them. However, the public was engaged in this way before the government. These were two photos from the Alcohol and Drug Information Center, the pioneering civil society organization in tobacco control, who is also a partner organization. These photos show how public have removed advertisements and promotion from their communities. Same thing happened in the pictorial health warnings. They tried to take legal action. They tried to bribe the Minister of Health, but We won because of the pressure and demand from the public. Public had been involved in countering the tobacco industry. This is a protest in front of CTC during their AGM. They have been involved in reducing demand by de-glamorizing tobacco use. They have been even involved in reducing supply by generating their own tobacco-free communities. So the way forward, we have to ban single stick sales and of course implement standardized packaging, regular rational taxing mechanism, implementation of existing legislation, implementation of FCTC Article 5.3, and of course, building on the greatest available resource, engaging communities in better policies, countering tobacco industry and protecting youth. Thank you.